I hit the button, so that could mean we're live. I'm just gonna wait.
And we're
See,
live. You're good.
it's showing up on the channel.
Yeah, I'm seeing it should. Hold on one sec. It just went off and on.
Da, 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 da.
Let me refresh just to make sure that you're on. I have my channel on another.
Yes, you're on.
Awesome.
Yep, we're
Great.
live. Okay, guys, I'll be back.
Okay, Kuriki, you here, my friend?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay, phenomenal. Sorry to everybody for the change in scenery. We got the Kotu Cabana overlay sort of going on. This is not quite. It's a little festive, but we're here. We're ready to go into our next round, possibly. I hope we got the winner of that little raffle taken care of. Kurihi, you feeling good, man?
I'm feeling good. I have my pizza here now.
Sweet. What kind of pizza toppings you got on that thing?
Salami, ham.
I think salami is the way to go. People.
Yeah, salami, ham, and then I think I have mushrooms. And
Oh,
onion.
that's the perfect pizza.
That is the perfect pizza.
For me,
Oh,
like
Al Capone.
salami's underrated. People say pepperoni. It's like the thing. Everybody gets pepperoni on their pizza. It's overrated.
Oh yeah.
You gotta get.
You know what
salami.
I don't like at pizza? I never like Hawaii.
Never like what?
Ananas. Pineapple.
Oh, pineapple. Yeah, that's not a pizza. I don't know what
I
that
don't like
is.
pineapple on pizza. I hate it.
Yeah, I can agree with that. And you know, it's funny. The other day, I went to a pizza place and somebody dared me to put anchovies on it. And you know, I'm gonna be real. It wasn't that bad. It was like
Okay.
it was really salty, but I kind of liked the contrast. It was interesting.
All right.
Okay, cool. So
So you have a replay?
I don't have a replay. I think we're just watching live. We're friends on Steam, so let me try to make.
Sorry, not replay. Yeah, but you have a game? Sorry.
Let me add you to, I think, my observer party. There's Kurihi.
Yes, do that.
Cool.
The last tournament I was casting was a Co-1 tournament. I was like thinking always of replays. That's why I was like, oh yeah, no, right, there is no replays. Okay.
All right, and I'll switch to in-game. Sweet. All right, so 2v2 auto match. It's not auto match. Custom games. Okay, cool. So, what should we cast next? You've got the brackets open. Maybe we can follow some of the bigger teams we got going on in here.
Yeah, it's not that. I said as well. I will check my friend list because I have most of all star players on my friend list. If anybody's in there.
We got loads of teams today. Two of which I think are the top seed.
Ghana and Scotch are in game. So that's a good.
Oh wow, I didn't know we had them in this tournament. That's really cool.
They are in the tournament. Yes, they are playing Fluffy Unicorns game. Check that out.
Okay, well we could totally cast them. Let's
Yeah.
see. We got Gold Path 2, which
Yeah, that's
may be a
Gold Path
familiar
2,
name
yeah.
to some. That's going to be Nagano and Cyrano, his mate.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
Okay.
they are on that team.
Yeah.
And then White Hydra, which I think just won. No, they just won. I think their second match, or first match, they had a bye potentially, and they're gonna play a next game in a minute. So they're waiting for their teammates to play. So we could do Gold Path, maybe. And I'm totally down for the Scotch game.
Yeah.
We were talking earlier about that really great game that they had against Helping Hans and Dev M.
Yeah. Yeah, I would say Nagano and Scotch are, well, they're kind of the best activity team at the moment. They played a lot with each other.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's going to be interesting, of course, on a map they have never played before. Or maybe they've played before, I don't know. Normandy. Well,
Yeah,
We'll
let's
find
see
a
if we
game.
can find them. Okay.
Fluffy Unicorns game.
Okay. Unicorns game.
Fluffy Unicorns game.
It's got to be here somewhere. Uh,
Let me just mute myself. I have to say something to my friend. One second.
yeah, no problem.
Find it. There's Fluffy Unicorns game. It's on the map Normandy.
Oh boy, yeah, we get to see Normandy. Finally, we're gonna get a Normandy map potentially in the rotation. Maybe I should refresh. Maybe it came in a moment ago. I'm on custom games, sort by start time. Is it on the first page or the second page?
I'm back. Sorry?
Yeah. Do you know if Fluffy Unicorns is it on the first page or the second page? I'm on sort by start time.
I saw it on my friend's game. Let me just check that out. Custom games. I can't. Oh, there it is. I can't start the game. Or can I?
I'm not sure. If you want, maybe. If you see it, then how about you go ahead and start an observer party? We can both back out of this one.
I would say that's the best way because I see it here.
Phenomenal.
Okay.
Yeah. So go ahead. I backed out. Start a new spectate and just invite a Reno Mio, and we can go. That's exciting.
Hey, TAB. Where are you? Oh, I have so many friends on Steam. I'm so proud.
You can't even hold all these friends.
There
you are.
There we go. Send an invite.
I love it. Okay.
Okay. Friends games, Fluffy's games. Are you here?
I'm in there. I don't see.
Yeah, but you're ready. I am loading in now.
Okay. Cool.
Perfect. Is it working?
Now, are you okay? Maybe not. Okay. There it is.
You not have the map for the match you are trying to observe. Shit.
No. I got it. It's loading. Normandy. We're good. I downloaded all the maps. That would have been a problem, but we got it. Fluffy Unicorns dancing on rainbows against Scott Nagano. So let's see if these softy little teams can take on the giant. All right. And how does everything sound on Twitch? I haven't quite looked at my settings in about a week or two. Please let me know. Anybody can give some feedback. How do I sound? How does Kurihi sound? And whenever we get the game rolling, tell me how the audio sounds. Let me also take off the Kotu Cabana stamp that I got on the top. Let's see which one of those. Welcome text. Overlay 3. Sweet. Yep. And we're in game. Okay, and y'all tell me how the frame rate is. I've got the graphics on fairly high, and Kurihi, you ready to cast this baby?
I am, honey.
All right. On the west side, playing as our allied forces, we got Fluffy Unicorns playing as the United Kingdom forces, with his teammate dancing on rainbows as the United States forces. And Kurihi, if you would please introduce our Axis team.
I will. Ladies and gentlemen, we have Ruger Nogano, the master Russian player from, I think he's from Vladivostok. I think he's from north somewhere. And we have Scotch. I have no idea exactly what town he is, but he's from France. They are one of the best 2v2 team at the moment. And it's going to be great, it's going to be awesome, and let's see if Fluffy Unicorns and Dancing on Rainbows can beat Nogano and Scotch.
Okay, and so I totally agree. These guys have excellent synergy. I'm just kind of scrolling around the map, trying to give a little bit of an impression of this brand new map called Normandy. First scuffle going in on the center, actually. We got Riflemen sparring with a Grenadier squad. Maybe they caught wind of that MG42, which is setting up. They're going to back away with a bit of suppression, but they're going to back away nicely into that Vickers emplacement, or that Vickers position. The map seems to be also a little bit urban, which is interesting. It's Normandy, so this is, I think, United Kingdom forces themed. We're going to have maybe a bit of a theme of moving into that entire region of France, because Normandy's not just a beach. I believe it's an entire region in France. And beyond the beachhead, I assume they're kind of trying to expand the universe of World War II and show that there was a little bit of skirmishing that went on in these city areas. And it's looking good. I like it. What do you think of this map?
Well, sorry, I'm eating my pizza now, so you have to I don't know.
Alright, sure. No worries.
No, it's good.
It's good pizza.
It's good pizza, right? Yeah, it's good. I mean, it's quite of a middle-sized map, I would say. I'm just checking the fuel caches. It's one on the north, one on the south. So no side has one fuel for security. So that's quite good, I guess.
Yeah, it reminds me of the last map that we just casted.
Yeah. Yeah. So the question is, of course, the middle. I don't know. I don't see the how much the middle is open, but I don't think it's that open. So
It's not too open. There is that fence line, which I think constricts the player on the west. It's very open on the right side, on the other hand. Axis coming in pretty strong, trying to keep the center under their possession. Things have sort of stabilized so that the Allies have taken control of the north, whereas the Axis have taken control of that south point. The center is trying to be sort of a battleground. MG42's sparring with the Vickers that was actually just taken out of the field by Nagano's Kubelwagen, which pushed up and was firing blank range right at his face from behind. And both of those units had to go back and get some kind of repair or heal. So far, no commander choice of any kind, and the map's a very interesting little skirmish. Neither side is at all conceding, although the big Axis push is starting to begin making a map control push. Actually, flanked with some riflemen, catching them out of position. The MG42 retreating, Mortar moving back, Kubelwagen trying to come in and contribute. Although these rifle have been firing, they could get that first pip of vet and get that rifle grenade. Interesting first little engagement. Grenadiers gonna back away, and I like the pressure we're seeing from the bottom. Nagano making a little bit of capping with his Volksgrenadiers. And a big sort of static position that the Axis and Allies are trying to work on in the center. Dancing on Rainbows with just 3 riflemen as his build. Very quick tier 2 tech for the UKF player. And pretty much your standard deal for the Axis, although Scott has decided to get himself a sniper, which, what do you think about a sniper on a map like this?
It depends a lot on how well you can micromanage. I mean, there are a lot of green cover, so a lot of cover, so you can keep it very nicely in cloaked mode. So it is definitely a good choice. What you see on this, especially in this game, is why they are so strong. Is look at just like 5 minutes and 12 seconds or something played in, and this is just dominance. You know, they dominate their opponents so easily. That is why they are so strong in 2v2. They are a team. And the funny thing is, what I know about them is they don't use talk. They are completely...
Really?
They don't use voice chat. What I mean? So this is something what is really awesome and really interesting for them. They are just like a machine, you know? They are like these big micromanagement machines that are like... Yeah, it's amazing. I don't know how they do it.
That just takes, I guess, you know, real good familiarity with the players, knowing they'll kind of bail each other out. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Kurhi giving some sweet in-game knowledge. Kubelwagen was putting some good pressure on the North fuel a moment ago and deprived the Allies of a smidge of fuel. But yeah, we're definitely starting to see the Axis being very proficient at the moment of knowing how to cover a large northwest kind of static front line and cover it completely and apply some pressure. They're managing to have really good map control, and there's a really strong push coming from the center with that sniper forcing off a bunch of riflemen.
Our lines of supply are disrupted.
Panzer II on the field. Doesn't look like there is a counter other than the Ordnance QF pounder. Yeah.
Yep.
Ooh, rear echelon gonna get wiped by that Panzer II. And this low health Lieutenant Squad actually in a bad position. He's gonna try making the smart move of not sticking around to cap that point. Gonna be able to get around that house and probably get home safely. That's good. Yeah. All right. On the tech side for the Allies, AEC coming out for Fluffy Unicorns.
Oh, that's good.
I'm not so sure about the lieutenant tech that we're seeing right now from Dancing on Rainbows. Usually when you see that in a team game, it's to rush a Sherman or to rush that tier 3.
Yeah, you can basically go for an AA half-track as well, but you need a lot of micromanagement to really get it working. But I would say as well, the safer way with USF forces is always going Captain.
Crew, get ready.
I think so. Good 6-pounder shot right on top of that Luke's, though still being able to get by and hide behind that little bush line. Gonna do some nice damage on that rifleman squad and get out of there nice and safely. Also doing great damage to that 50 cal. And the sniper should be able to finish it off. Great combined arms. Great teamwork. That sniper's going to be a huge problem as soon as it hits Vet 1. And we've seen these players keep those units alive. AEC, fierce and pushing on the field, surging north, deciding to, I don't know, get that as a safer position. Not quite sure. And a nice artillery flare going down for Fluffy Unicorns. Going to cover a wide area. A little dangerous to be hanging out there. Just going to apply some good pressure. Get that 50 cal back. Kubowagon just being a real pest. Capping the entire south right now. Ford, Nagano, and Scotch. Gold Path looking really strong today.
A peg gun is ready for orders.
Meanwhile, pack gun coming out for the Axis player, and the very slow teching to come out of the Allies. The only real development I've seen is this mortar pit that was just completed over on the north side. Hopefully they'll be able to hold on to that. There's a fair amount of shot blockers in front of it. That's going to keep it nice and safe. Long-range rifle grenade going on top of that US mortar. Great hit.
Yeah, look at the fuel income. It's amazing. It's 35 for the Axis. They're going to smash their enemies soon, I think. But of course, they have the AEC. The question is, though, can they kind of push in, kill the Lukes? Because that is, of course, what they want to kill.
Yeah, the Lukes and the Kubowagon have both been putting really good pressure on them. The UKF is now moving down to the south area, trying to get some of it back, and they should be able to get it without much opposition. However, that Panzer II can rotate real quick. And you're totally right. They're getting a huge fuel income. Most players, they're like, okay, I want some more fuel to my opponent. We're going to attack his fuel point. Not these guys. They're like, hey, I want to gobble the whole map up. That's another way to get great fuel. Sniper moving up. Going to just screen against these infantry units. Huge US kind of push from the north. Full triple cap victory points right now for the Axis, so they do need to make something happen and make it happen fast. This is a game that will snowball if you're going up against a really high-level player like these two.
And they're playing Axis.
Yeah.
That's also, yeah.
You're set.
Giving fuel to Axis is basically a death call, but it's of course with the Allies as well, but...
AEC in the position to take a shot. Panzer II Lukes backs away. AEC's playing it smart, though, deciding not to push in too far. Pack gun sitting in a great little position.
Point ours. Suppressive fire. Rounds complete. Enemy Panther.
Ooh, good move. Gonna be able to get, I think, a rifle grenade in on that Lukes. Not gonna be able to follow up, though. AEC still wanted to get one pot shot off. Just screening in, doing a little hit and run. One hit and backing away. And now we're starting to see... Yeah, they're getting the north together. They've got a 50 cal to sort of secure it a bit. And the mortar barrages are coming down real nice in that pack.
Tactics now available to frontline troops. All gun batteries reporting. Reconnaissance by...
Nagano choosing the first commander of the game. Gonna go with the Special Operations Doctrine.
Command Panther.
Yep.
That's his favorite commander.
And for good reason. It's a strong powerhouse of an
It is a
Axis
strong
tank.
commander, yeah.
Ooh, really nasty. Gewehr, Panzerwerth. Oh man, really good mortar shot, wiping that infantry unit. Rifleman going down.
Yeah.
And you know, I've just noticed through my years of watching this game, when players feel they've got a really good position on a weaker opponent, you tend to not see a tank and instead see some of these more artillery units like the Stukasifus that really just give you a huge advantage, wiping out some of those weaker players that won't have the means to dive after it.
Yeah, I would say a noob like me would now try to tech as fast as I can to go for like a King Tiger or something. That is something why Nagano Scotch are so good. They know, okay, don't panic. Like it's not a panic thing, but it's like, okay, what do we need now? What is the thing? What do we need? You know, we have double Raketten. Oh, looks nearly go down. So there's the difference why
Standing by. Send orders.
yeah, why they're so good. And it's slowly turning more and more into a position where it's like Axis is going to have a much better position. They have the south. They're now pushing again to the north, and that's going to be easy.
Yeah, absolutely. And you're so right. Like, it's what you need to have right now. And getting a tank like a Panzer IV or something that's a medium kind of brawler of that type, it's good, but your opponent will get something to counter it fairly soon. A Stukasifus is very difficult to nail if you've got a great position and good teamwork.
Yeah.
And it's starting to look like that. Axis just consistently gobbling up the south because the allies have to continually come back together. They're communicating, I'm sure, saying, hey, I need help up here. You can't cap the south. And right now, it's just this humongous bottleneck. The Axis are just like a Pac-Man. They're just biting this map.
Yeah.
And so far, yeah, Normandy's we're playing with perhaps two not evenly matched teams, so this may not be a good litmus test of a good map, or not. But I so far have liked it. I think it's got a little bit of character. It's a good contender. What do you think so far?
Well, I was reading a little bit the chat on Twitch. Most people said it's not a good map. I have to play it on my own for like this. It's like if I was watching, it's completely. Oh, nice double rocket there pushing, but no, AEC is getting away. But
it did manage to take out. I thought it did take out the AEC. I think.
Oh, he did it. Oh, with the working super nice.
Yeah, the Stukasifus just it was explosive, huge win there, and they're going to be able to completely cap the north now. That mortar pit's going to be in a rough position. Very soon, these grenadiers are going to be able to just rain hellfire down.
Under attack.
Yeah.
Love it. Yeah, and the triple cap is going to once again engage, capping it up with that MG42, and the pressure's really on for this the Allies. Getting a sniper squad, maybe. I don't really think that's going to be the answer to this.
No.
Hey, wishful thinking. They're trying something different. It's about being optimistic.
It is. Yeah, but it's we are laughing here. I'm pretty sure if we would play against them, we would lose as well.
Yeah. I like being a caster. I don't have to play these people. I just can watch other people lose, you know?
I would say Nagano Scotch is really a team at like top 3 players. Yeah. It's I would say the only team in this tournament who could beat them, or maybe that's going to be an awesome game. It's Theodosius and Thanatos.
Yeah.
Those are extremely well played team. Theodosius and Thanatos could beat the Nagano and Scotch. I would say the other teams, meh. No.
Yeah, you can test my community knowledge here. That big game was against DevM and Helping Hands, but Theodosius was the top training partner for DevM back in the day, correct? He was sort of the DevM prodigy.
I don't know that.
Okay. I remember
know
that DevM, when he said how he was preparing for, I believe it was either Operation Charlie Fox or the Grand Championship Series, they asked him,
Okay.
so how are you training? And he said, I just play 1v1 games with other really good, competent players. He doesn't go on the auto match. He plays with Theodosius. And
Yeah.
there was a pretty big fight between the two of them, sort of master and pupil. And Theodosius won a couple games against DevM, so there's definitely good potential. And it all comes down to
an interesting player.
teamwork,
Theodosius is
yeah.
a quiet player, I would say. Very quiet, very solid gameplay. He's a very smart player, very good micromanagement. No, Theodosius is absolutely top player. Well, like Devim is more of a risk player, you know. He likes to take the risk.
I love it.
That's the difference there. So it might be a very good training partner or spare partner for each of them, because like their training, like how like their differences, you know. That's the interesting part of in playing against somebody who's completely different than you. So you learn how these people are thinking. I guess I never was really much of a Total player.
Oh, yeah, well, definitely. And
200 points remaining.
working with Thanatos, I did some of the numbers, and I saw that they are ranked, I think, number 20 in 2v2 auto match. So they've got lots of experience, and, you know, I'll be true, helping Hans and DevM, sort of an unlikely team, so maybe they didn't have quite the teamwork that you'd expect, so maybe they'll be able to pull it out even better than DevM and helping Hans.
Yeah, definitely. Helping Hands and Devim are 1v1 super players. When it comes to 2v2, it's the mixture of that. But that's the interesting, as we already spoke. Command Pad by the way coming out, I think, from Nagano.
Yeah,
So,
I think he's gonna have some struggle though. You know, is he gonna be able to take out this powerful M8 howitzer motor carriage? You know, it's a powerful unit. It's a tall order. that's all he's got. I think that was a questionable build. They could definitely have used a Jackson maybe, or
nope,
even a
go
Sherman.
first.
Yep. Actually,
Well,
Command
here we
Panther
are
running
talking-
into two 6-pounders.
Well, that can be difficult, but they have a walking stupor, so that's not very difficult.
I'm curious. Let's see where he goes. He sort of does a little bit of a drive-by. He's going to swing around. The 6-pounders are rotating to maybe get another shot. The guy was just going to get out, it seems.
Have you ever been in a tournament in Kochi?
Have I ever been in a tournament?
Yeah.
Yeah, I did once. I don't think I've ever won a game. I've entered into, I think, like 2 or 3, and I've always gotten knocked out at the first round. I think I played
really?
Barton in my first
really?
round of one of them, so I didn't even have a chance. But that was years ago.
You want to hear my story?
Sure, I'd love to.
I played in ESL, one ESL once, and my one goal was do not get knocked out of it. That was my only goal.
Yeah, man. It's
From
harder than you'd think.
Yeah, it is. But I was lucky. I played against a newbie, so I did one. But the funny thing was that it was a Sunday. And Sunday is mostly always family day in my family. So it was like 12-ish or 1 or something. So the whole family got together, eating, you know, the lunch and everything, you know. And I was like, well, guys, I have to play this tournament and everything. And they didn't hear, they didn't listen. So long story short, I was super nervous that I'd find the time to play this game. So I was playing this game. And then second round was against Talisman.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't care. I got smashed. I got completely smashed.
Oh.
But I was so happy that I finally could play this one game against that newbie that it was funny.
I love it.
Okay, well, congratulations to Nagano and Scotch.
I don't know if you
also
caught, there was this beautiful moment where this Lukes comes out, and there's 2 snipers, 2 British snipers there, and they decided to 2v1 this Lukes, and brought that Lukes down to it was like down to the last man. The Lukes is just absolutely mowing down these two snipers, but the sniper's got like one bullet in the chamber, and he couldn't get it off. Very close.
Yeah.
And I think that was when they decided it's over. Yeah. So yeah, that is the game. Do we want to give away another raffle or?
Yeah, Dictation just said, give me 5 minutes. Well, my dinner's getting cold, so I'm going to leave now.
Okay.
So I'm going to say, great game by Nogano and Scourge. Also great game by the other players. They tried. It's there's no shame in losing against those.
I mean, we're talking about our difficulties in beating one game. They beat 3 people to get to that part of the tournament, so very good attempts. Yeah, and we're gonna, I guess, if you're gonna go finish your food real quick, and Justin's gonna take 5 minutes, I think I myself may run downstairs, grab a bite to eat, get a little bit more carbs in my system, and we will be right back. I'll put on some music for y'all, and we'll get into it.
That's perfect.
Okay.
I am back. I am back.
He's back.
Okay, cool.
Would you like to find the next game?
Okay, all right. All right, we'll go straight into game 3. Do you want to cast with
I'll
me?
do the next one. You want to do this one? We're already rolling.
Okay,
Got
sure.
84 people. I don't want to switch over the stream.
Okay, sweet. Let me go ahead and make a new observer party. Unless you want to be the host of the observer party.
No, you can add me.
Okay. Invite my man Duke Jason.
Hey guys, just a quick announcement to everyone that's playing in the tournament. You should be able 100% to report your win-loss. 100% you should be able to do that.
All right, and so far, I don't know if you caught the last game. Nagano and Scotch are making their way. They're getting farther. We got to be in the quarterfinals now, right?
I'm going to check that out. One moment.
Yeah, let me go ahead. I'm going to switch over to Battlefield.
Hold on, there's a quick issue with Theodosius, and I'm going to just settle that, and then I will get into the bracket.
Ooh, got the Hall of Mirrors right there for a second. Okay, so let's kind of check out what's going on. Gold Path. That's the team we were just going for.
Okay, White Hydra is going to proceed. You know, since my oldest mentioned, other team still hasn't responded. Okay, so White Hydra is going to go to the quarters. So I believe we have our first quarter finalist right now.
I think that would be a good one.
Settled. Let's go check out the brackets. Let's see.
If White Hydra is gonna get, if what you're saying is true, they're gonna skip to the next one. They're gonna be skipping some team called DFTP. Don't feed the Bears or something. What? Don't feed the pros. Back up from there. And their next
I just reported the match. I don't know why. I got to tell you, there are, Battlefield is not a perfect website. It's far from perfect. There's a lot of bugs. There's a lot of things that go on. So now I believe that White Hydra has moved up quarterfinals. Can you refresh your bracket just to confirm that? It should be White Hydra versus
like jargon.
Yeah, I'm not gonna try to pronounce that, man.
Yeah, let me refresh it. And that's right. Yep, that's going to be the next game. And so I assume they're probably conferring with each other. They're probably going to get that started. And it'll be like 2 or 3 minutes before we can go live in game for them.
Yeah, for sure.
Looks
looks like everything is moving good, though. Just got another match dispute from unknown player. What's his name? Okay.
Unknown
victory.
Legend.
It's good. It's good.
Cool. And that should be probably live in a moment. Killjoy's game.
Hey guys, I'm going to throw you guys a link to the bracket so you can check that out for yourself. and you can stay with us as the tournament progresses to the quarters, and that's where we're going to end it up on. It's a best out of 3. So it's very, very interesting.
I think so, yeah. Now it's going to get into the real tournament style. Every team's going to have at least one loss chance to be able to come back and make something happen. I'm hoping we see some ace games. That's what I love, man. Remember those good old days when Ami Polizei Funk would kind of be there, and you'd have these long best-of-3
Oh, Ami
series throughout the
Pelosi
day.
Funky. Good
That-
guy.
That's his
Good
father.
guy.
You know.
What is it?
Nah, sort of like that expression. Like, oh, that's my father. I'm Ami Polizei Funk.
Is it your dad, really?
Nah.
Nice guy. He's from New York. Great guy.
I am feeling a mite bit peckish. Kurhi comes up in here with his delicious ham and salami pizza. He's like eating it as I'm casting. My mouth is just watering. Do you mind if I run downstairs, just kind of leave it
Go
on
for
this
it, pal.
screen for a sec?
Go
I
for
will
it,
be
pal.
back in a second. Thank y'all in the chat. The next game's going to get started. I love all y'all for tuning in. This is a fun tournament. And Duke Jason will keep y'all occupied for a moment.
Hey, folks, we are almost ready. Just looking at one more match, and I feel set with match 47. They just started. Okay, gotcha, Trick. Appreciate that. Hey, while we're waiting, I'd like to do another giveaway of in-game supply. Word is hashtag relic. So type in hashtag relic if you'd like to get some in-game supply. 15K. Buy a new commander, or you can pick up about 15 bulletins. Again, hashtag relic. Hey, Volt. The tournament today will stop at the quarterfinals. We're going to pick up tomorrow on Stormless. Stormless's channel. He's one of the best play-by-play broadcasters in our community. He's going to be doing the finals and the semifinals with another gentleman named Monolithic Bacon, who is a tremendous maker of maps for our game. So that really is going to be very exciting. I'm looking forward to that. Again, hashtag relic. Okay, great. The winner of the in-game supply is Rambo Ham. Rambo Ham, add me on Twitch. Add me as a friend on Twitch, and send me a link to your team profile, and I'll get back to you at the end of the broadcast. Okay. Again, we have 3 more giveaways to go as far as the in-game supply, and we're also going to give away a limited edition Company of Heroes t-shirt. For all of you pros out there, it's really tough to get that shirt. So I'm definitely looking forward to giving that away, and Relic will ship that out to you, and it'll get to you in one piece. And
Okay, I am.
I actually have one of those shirts. It's really cool to get that. If you're a true fan of this franchise, believe me, you're going to be happy when you get that shirt, for sure.
I think that's such a cool prize. Did y'all just raffle off some stuff?
Yeah, I just gave away. I just did a second raffle for in-game supply.
Yeah,
So,
stick through
when
all
you're
day. We're
ready-
giving out supply this whole tournament just after every game.
Hey, can you send me an invite to a
Yeah, I'll send you another one.
spectate?
Mm-hmm. Let's see if I can find the game with Theodosius and Thanatos. Do you know what map they're going to be playing on?
You should search friends. You have them on your friends list?
I may, but it's unlikely.
Let me see if I can pull it up.
If you want, if they're on your friends list, what I just did with Kurhi a moment ago, you can start the observer party.
Okay.
Yeah, and then you can
Gotcha.
just find it real quick. Yeah.
No, I don't see them playing. I don't see them playing yet.
Just got started a moment ago.
Yeah, so let's give them a little bit more time.
Mm-hmm.
Started him here.
How y'all doing in the chat? Yeah, we got a Turkish army match. That's totally true. Yankuru. You know, I was checking out some of the names of these teams. I love it. A lot of very interesting players from around the world. Desert Rats team, I think they got knocked out maybe in one of the earlier rounds, but that's a team from Turkey, and maybe one or two. I forget. The other one I think is somewhere else from Southern Europe. Got North America's Finest. I don't know how far these guys got, but plenty of stuff. I'm going to go ahead and just pull up the teams. Give a little shout out to anybody who maybe got knocked out a little bit earlier and who's joining us for the remainder of the game, remainder of the tournament. If I can just find OBS, there we go. Back to the Hall of Mirrors, yeah. Got all of these wonderful 38 teams signed up. Love, just a great showing. The one we're hoping to see today, White Hydra. Check out that dragon they got going on there. Theodosius and Thanatos, the top seed, along with Nagano.
Yeah, I'd love to watch some of their games. It's just nobody's playing right this second, so.
Maybe shoot them a message, say, hey, are y'all in game? I don't know, that could interrupt them if they've started somewhere.
Yeah, it should be momentarily. This happens, you know it. It can happen. Guys are going to the bathroom.
Yeah.
I'm gonna PM him.
That works for me.
While this is going on, I hope everyone out there has been enjoying the play-by-play broadcasting. We're doing the best that we can. It's very tough running a tournament like this, but we're getting it done. Yeah, well, you know, we just ran into some issues where our tournament referees don't have any admin power on the website. Don't know why that happened. Not going to try to figure that out, but I was forced to go back and deal with the issue.
It's all good. It is all good in the hood. And this is just kind of next time it'll be a little bit smoother and still getting some good gameplay. I think that out of the two maps that y'all seen, anybody in Twitch want to maybe shout out? We saw at first the game was, I think, Stardestut. It had like a. I'm going to pull up the name, actually, of it. It was... yeah, Stadschut. Stadschut. Some kind of German name. Excellent urban map. That was the one Jason and I cast first. If you like that one, that could be in the auto match. I think that a bunch of people played it. It was one of the more... everybody played it, I guess, in the first round. And then we saw, secondly, Normandy. Great name. I'd love to see a Normandy map inside of the map rotation pool. That was when Nagano just had a fun time stomping that little
I just got a PM from Nagano. He said he's going to start in 3 minutes, so guys, sit tight. We're going to have... hopefully this will be a very exciting game. We just entered, I believe, the quarters. So the skill level... should see a step up in the skill level. So that'll definitely be fun to watch. Like we have AE in the house somewhere watching our broadcast.
Hey.
Definitely one of the greats of broadcasting play-by-play on Co. And welcome, friend.
Yeah, definitely. I think that, you know, you really got to give credit to the people in this community that are really keeping everybody entertained, showing them, I just love events like this. Stuff that can get everybody hyped and excited for new balance changes that are coming in December, giving more opportunities to try and go more competitively. This game definitely lends itself to the competitive scene, and
Well,
yeah.
no, I couldn't agree with you more. I mean, there was a time where it looked like COH2 was going down the drain, and you look at community members like Stormless, you look at guys like AE, a lot of the guys that are running tournaments, Code2.org, were able to keep the community together, to keep uh, everybody interested. Kyle, who was our former community manager, he was just amazing at just running the team and getting everybody together, getting the patches out for us, fighting for us, getting us patch after patch, and we were really able to improve this game to a point where a lot of people are having fun.
Yeah,
It's very
I really
active.
like where this
It's a big
is.
comeback, and I'm appreciative of everyone that took the time out to work on this free of charge, of course.
Yeah, it really kind of takes the love of a game to like do stuff like
Yeah.
make maps, to sort of invent new strategies. And I like how people, sometimes the streamer culture isn't for everybody and stuff like that, but that's also sort of another shout out to people like Helping Hans and to Von Ivan, folks that definitely give us something to watch while we're eating our pastrami sandwiches during lunch, checking out the sick plays, getting new tips, and getting you ever more excited to open up your own computer, play a couple games with some friends. And the Code2.org not TeamSpeak, Discord channel, I just recently been kind of poking around there. If you want to find somebody new to play with, that's usually a pretty great place to find folks. And yeah, just get active in the community. If you're someone new to the game, I always recommend watching streams and tuning into cool tournaments like this, because this is where you see the new formation of strategies that are really viable. You get real hands-on understanding of how the flow of the game works. There's something really interesting about Code 2, and that unlike other video games that rely on how many clicks per minute and training for that sort of style, and like real, there is a whole bunch of game knowledge, don't get me wrong, but beyond that, the thing that separates the real successful players like Love Nest and DevM from guys like you and me, Jason, is just understanding exactly when you need to do everything, because you just have the flow down. You play this game, you know what is the best opportunity to keep units here, there, where the weaknesses are in your front line, and especially how to get those ever important wipes and focus on getting those victory points down, keeping it with the eye of your eye on the prize.
I just found a match. It's actually not Nogano. Theodosius and Thanatos are playing Nugan and Grodenboy. Why don't we jump into that match?
I love it. Let's do it.
Let me send you out a invite.
All right. Thanks for everybody who stuck through with us through this little break. We're going to get right back into the action.
And you should be able to control the camera, correct?
Absolutely.
Right, let's rock and roll.
All right.
I hear that Theodosius is actually one of the best 1v1 players out there.
He is.
Am I correct in saying that?
Yeah. Again, this is kind of going off of my limited game knowledge, but Curry, he and I were talking. Theodosios is definitely a huge training partner with guys like DevM, and he's been in many tournaments. I've watched plenty of him. He actually, I can't remember if it was Nagano or Theodosius, who were actually in a really great position to take GCS, and some kind of circumstance prevented them from playing, or maybe there was a point when they had to travel and couldn't quite make the arrangements. I can absolutely attest, though, that Theodosius is very high skill, and he according to Curry, he says he's a quiet guy. He doesn't talk. When he's playing in 2v2s, he just knows his opponent, and they're able to kind of talk silently. Maybe actually that was Nagano and Scotch that he was referring to, but I definitely am aware that Theodosius is a good team player, and he's had a lot of experience with Thanatos. They're currently ranked at 20.
Yeah, Thanatos is also a very game opponent. He's been playing for a while as well.
All right, and I think this is time. We are live here for the third game. We are casting for the 2v2 map tournament. And let's go ahead and get the introductions. You want to start us off with one of the teams?
No. That's a joke.
Okay.
Well, we have for the allies, we have Theodosius and Thanatos, two of the really great players of the COH franchise. For sure. I'm not really familiar with the Axis team though.
Yeah, new faces, but we're gonna keep them under close watch, see how they stack up. For the Oberkommando, both playing as Oberkommando West, we have Groden Boy in the purple trunks and Nugen. I'm just gonna call him Nugen. in their
Is
red
that
trunk.
Nugen? Yeah, I think it's Nugen, right?
Right. I think the K in, it's just the K is silent. And what's the map we're playing on? Maybe I can't believe I missed the name.
Funny thing, I missed it too. How funny is that?
Dear God, I think I can find it out by. Let's see. Maybe we can. Never mind. This is easily one of the more rural maps. The map pool is kind of available, and I like the way it looks. I really like the farm kind of aesthetic. There's a bunch of kind of. I'd say. Oh man, that's really green grass here in the center there. Lots of very, I guess, raked or. It's got all the parallel lines running that sort of simulates a farm style, and I feel like I'm in France.
Yeah, it's definitely great work. Just excellent. It's really visually beautiful.
I also love kind of it's sort of got a dawn aspect, like it's just sunrise.
Yes, I understand what you're saying by that.
I enjoy maps that kind of play around with nighttime or weather effects, or times that kind of have fog and a little bit of atmosphere, other than basic sunny stuff like you'd see on Longer Sky or Simliski.
Oh yeah, you really don't see too much of the weather effects anymore. Oh, looks like we got the first encounter in the center. We got a battalion of Sturm Pioneers.
I think, yeah, Nugen's going to be able to maybe do it. He's close range. He's focusing on the engineer. Maybe not the best position, but he's got two Volksgrenadiers ready to back him up.
Green cover. I think he's going to run. I'm not sure if he's going to stay there. Yeah, he's got to run. He's going to lose that troop. And I think that he's going to win that exchange. Great job by Groden Boy and Nugen.
Going to start off the game pretty right. Actually, I think that the intention of Theodosius and Thanatos was to put that sandbag there and put some barbed wire on the opposite side, but instead it's provided a really good green cover position for the Axis players, and it seems like somebody got wiped. I don't know if you heard that. It was one of the Axis players.
Is that on the left? Was that on the left?
It had to have been. Yeah, I think so. Nugen loses a squad. Wow, okay, so we got the clown car strat. Penal's inside the scout car. Now, of course, yeah, that's, I think, everybody talks about, I think,
yeah.
Barton. I can't remember who the person was that popularized this one. But it has not been seen in a long time since Penals no longer have flames. Still very strong. Penals have and made just a credible DPS. They get that green cover and they can chase. Yep. Good for wiping.
Yeah, for sure. It was a big change when they did that to the Penals. In my head, giving them that 80-10 capability kind of made guards kind of useless, but that's just my opinion.
Yeah, it's certainly shook up the way that Soviets play nowadays. And I'm kind of impressed. We're seeing the Axis players doing a good job of at least keeping their units together, going up against these conscripts by Theodosius and Thanatos. Penal's now moving in. Gonna scare away, I think, in one Axis squad, and that's enough. And here comes a huge Soviet column on the left side. Love this wide open field feeling. This reminds me a lot of, like, what would you say? I think Angeville's left side.
Angleville is a classic, my friend. Had a great time on that map. I believe it's the first map ever created. I believe that's the first map ever created for COH, is Angleville.
You know, I'd imagine you're totally right. I remember playing it fresh out of the box when that game came out.
Yeah, I believe there was a demo of Company of Heroes way back when. I think that was the map that you got with it.
Yeah, you've got such a history with this game. You definitely could, from your judgment, I totally believe you.
Man, it's been a long time, man. It's been over close to 12 years. Been messing around with the Company of Heroes franchise, so it's been a fun ride.
Battle Group headquarters going in a fairly offensive position, hiding behind some of these trees. It's pretty
Very aggressive.
close to that scout car. Fortunately, he put it in a place that's going to hide it enough to not get spotted, so that's going to go up. It'll be a great forward reinforcement, but...
you know, the Axis team is definitely playing aggressive, but Theodosius and Thanatos are really taking the map control now.
Yeah, they're coming... They sort of had a second push with a few more units up their sleeve, and the sheer strength of those Sturm Pioneers weren't quite able to overcome all those conscripts and penals working in tandem.
You know, I think that the biggest difference when you're playing guys like Thanatos and Theodosius is micromanagement. They have top of the food chain micromanagement. If you're not ready for that, you end up in your base trapped, as what seems to be happening right now. I mean, if you look at the map, if you look at the tactical map, Thanatos and Theodosius are moving. They're in constant movement.
Yeah.
All over the place, and you have to be ready to counter that kind of micromanagement, because if you can't, you're going to be hitting that retreat button a lot.
Yeah, and on a map this big, it's definitely going to be really punishing. We're starting to sort of see how this is evolving. The fact that the Allies are very mobile, they've got their conscripts, they've got their penals, they're sort of playing in tandem. You can't have weak units this far away from the base, just kind of roaming, because if you get beat, you're gonna have to retreat all the way back to the base, and it takes a while to get back out. And one poor engagement, and suddenly you got this, where you got conscripts really in great control of the center, putting up sandbags. You've got buildings over on the left side. Interesting how he's using all these fresh buildings. Keep in mind, this is all new map, and already we're seeing a TM35 mine going in on this tiny little fence area, using a little bit of foresight. They've never played on this map before. Demo charge, actually, on the left side.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah, I saw
right
that.
side.
It's on that fuel.
That's going to be great to prevent pressure. And, man, getting into those houses was so instrumental in giving Thanatos this left side.
Bankar just got hit from the back.
Good call, thank you. He's got to back away. Going to probably be able to get out. I'm not so sure about Nugen's decision to go for double Sturm Pioneer, because this is not really a really good map for that sort of play. He wants, I think, that Penderschreck. It's very early, though. I'm getting
Setting
a
up
little bit
his MG hero cover. That helps out. Not too bad.
However, it seems like I like the tech, though, that's coming out of Nugen at the moment. He's going to get the walking Stuka, the flak track.
Nice.
It's going to cover a lot of space. I think this is the perfect map for something like that. In fact, the AA half track for the USF, I think, equally would be as viable on a map of this size.
Yeah, Axis are taking back that middle victory point.
I don't see a lot of cooperation, though, from the Axis. What do you think?
No, I see what you're saying, and I agree totally. They're in two totally different spots. You got one guy that's all the way pushed up to the middle, and if you look at Theodosius and Thanatos, they're constantly moving together. They're constantly complementing one another. If you look on the left side, Theodosius has a penal battalion being backed up by the DSK from Thanatos, which I said that in the first game. DSK is the only machine gun that can be used as an allied Russian player.
It's certainly a lot more viable.
That can be used for effect.
Yeah, and that Lend-Lease commander, it's going to see some change.
Pushing him back.
Very strong. And it's going to get even stronger as Theodosius has got himself up to Tier 3, T-70, about to hit the field. Virtually uncontested, except for the Panzerschreck on... Actually, both Axis Oberkommando West players have a second Sturm Pioneer with a Panzerschreck. It sounds to me like they both sort of had a game plan going into this and didn't take into account that the map may not be helpful to their game plan.
Yep.
A plan is only as good, as how
the
well
people
you can adapt
executing
it. And that too, yes. Okay.
Well, these guys have their hands filled. Theodosius and Thanatos, they're like that's like a fucking nightmare to run into in auto match. Just a nightmare.
Oh, he's gonna do an attack ground.
Boom!
Boom! Boom indeed. Flak track not even gonna need to be taken down by that T-70, which is now rolling. Yeah, gone with the wind. Got the Confederate soldiers moving down.
Is out. Oh, nasty direct hit. That battalion is taking some shots.
Wow, actually a lot of gunfire going in on the center as well. Sturm Pioneers trying to take out the scout car, trying to reload that Panzerschreck. Gonna get it. Really not much of a victory though.
Our T-34s have been outfitted with 85mm guns.
It'll at least give the Allied players a little bit of mobility. I mean, hurt a little bit of their mobility. But this T-70 is far more fearsome than anything that a scout car with penals can muster.
I think they'll be able to use the light tank to really get some map control. These guys are professionals and they know what they're doing.
Ooh, check this out. How did that
Nice
battle group
miss.
headquarter get so low?
Engine damage on that T-70, but he's backing out. He got out in time. Good for him.
Yeah, it seems like the Oberkommando West players decide, we're not going to chase it. We're going to keep our Sturm Pioneers nice and healthy. Not going to need to deal with that manpower drain. And maybe help repair it? Nah, instead he just kind of
Oh,
looks
we're
at
seeing
it.
the 7.5 LEIG
Yep.
out on the field. Okay, he's going to try to put down some suppression. Grenenberg's going to try to put down some suppression so his IG can take advantage. Ooh, direct hit. He was able to...
I don't know.
Heard
LEIGs
that
can
conscript.
work on any map. And yeah, T-70 almost about to go down. Maybe look at that real quick before
I like
gonna
to
get
use them
one
in
more
bunches,
shot.
but that's just me.
Has been cut off.
Yeah, using long-range artillery like LEIGs can work on any map, but on a map like this, where there's so much flanking potential and you're not really working in tandem with your player, I mean your teammate, you've got your opponent kind of encroaching from the left side like they are right now, this LEIG is going to be in hot water for the entire game
Yeah,
if they can't
T-70's
keep it together.
coming around for it, I think.
And there's going to be
Down that
nothing to
energy.
really stop it.
Nope.
We don't have even, we have a single Raketenwerfer very far away. And this huge 120mm
Hit
mortar,
MG is out.
yeah, down it goes.
The T-70 doesn't have anything that can really hurt it at this point.
Yeah, I think that the flak track was a good investment. The micro wasn't there. A Puma could have
Oh,
been
boy.
a lot better at this position.
Okay, here comes Theodosius with his Penal Battalion. He's looking to take that battle
Oh, it's-
group headquarters out. It's done. It's done.
Oh!
Blown to smithereens, my friend.
Kabam!
Has been destroyed.
One
Wow.
less German truck
Has been dispatched.
on the Western Front. And the
Total
Lukes is
map
now on the
control.
field. It's going to be a Luke's T-70 fight. Classic. T-70 gets the first lick off. Going to use that rapid rate of fire to be able to do it.
Oh, boy.
It could go either way. Doesn't seem like
That
either
Luke's
side
is
has
hitting
it.
hard, though, man. That Luke's is hitting hard.
I think he could have stayed there, with especially with those
I think he should.
Sturm
Okay,
Pioneers.
he's moving up. Wow. I
Yeah.
think he needs to repair that. He needs to repair that Luke.
Stand at 300 points.
But
And
total map control by Theodosius. Total. 3 stars, most of the map. Axis is in their base, having a big problem getting out.
lost that battle group headquarters. Gonna be
And they got
really
both
rough.
fuels, man. Theodosius has both fuels.
In fact, at the moment, Mugen's techless. He doesn't have anything other than his command headquarters.
Oh, wow.
That's rough. He still has to tech for that supply half track, which he's doing at the moment, but it's too little too late, my friend. It's looking like the victory points are sub 300. It's going to continue to snowball. We've got tier 4 going up for Theodosius, who has not skipped a beat this whole game. He's gone for guards. He's decided to really make you... I love the 120mm mortar squad, which I think did the heavy lifting on getting rid of that battle group headquarters.
Marked and targeted.
And those penals were just all he needed to seal the deal.
Prepare yourself.
It looks...
Luke's is backing up. Luke's got a.
Yeah,
he's got
it just
some,
runs straight into
dimension
the
damage.
grenade.
Oh, another hit with an anti-tank.
In fact, I think a
the
third one
anti-tank
could
grenade.
happen.
Oh, there comes a T-70. He's looking to flank.
Good night, sweet prince.
Yeah.
2 T-70s.
Wow.
It's a
great
T-70
job.
gangbang.
Great teamwork. And Theodosius and Thanatos are on the march. And there's nothing this German team can do at this point. They're in a very tough position. The tickers in the Allied favor. They're down to 24, and it's moving down fast.
You know, in a game against players that I think would have a little bit more synergy, I think this map, it's big maps like this have the potential for comebacks. because you have so much space to work with, and a good strategy can always get you out of the jam when you have room to maneuver. But I'm just not seeing the cohesiveness that we've seen so far with some of our previous teams, and
Absolutely.
that's gonna, like you said, really make it hard for them to come back, if at all.
Well, there's such a difference between good teams and the elite teams out there. It's huge difference. And I think the Allied players are good teams. They're a good team. They're good players. They're just dealing with some of the best, and they just don't have an answer for it.
Yeah, Nugan down to 2 battered Volksgrenadiers for his army. And Grodenboy down to 2 Volksgrenadiers and a Sturm Pioneer. So if you just look at that pop cap difference, that's a really rough place. Now that he's got tier 4, it's going to be T7, T34 spam, which I always like to see. Kind of.
Oh, it's a favorite of mine. It's a favorite of mine, for sure.
It makes me think of all those old World War II documentaries, just like it was historically.
One of my favorites is World War II in HD.
Oh.
It's on Netflix and on the History Channel. It's just one of the best.
You're speaking my language. This is a great series.
Yeah.
And in fact, I watched it not too long ago. It's on Netflix.
I just watched it about 2 weeks ago, yeah. I watch it all the time. I don't know, every couple of months I throw it on.
Yeah, it's just one of those things. You don't know what to watch.
P70 is, oh my, complete squad wipe of those Vokes, and yeah, we're talking map control.
Yeah, Grodenboy's got 1 Volksgrenadier. He's actually not even moving. He's just kind of standing and like, I think he may be praying. Please, Lord, deliver us from this allies OP. Just kidding.
Oh boy, there goes that Luke.
Yeah, wow, what
That
was
was
he
ugly.
thinking? And in fact,
We have a T-34-85 on the field.
yeah, 85. I didn't even notice, of course. And that's going to just be unstoppable. Late war T-34 unit. Just so effective against infantry and tanks alike. A true counter to Axis mediums. And yeah, look at this. T-70, he's pitching in. There's nothing really to stop anything. If I pull up the TAC map, the Axis have no units. And
Wow.
it appears
yeah, this is looking to be GG very soon.
Yeah, I don't know. They won a series of, I think, 3 games to get to this place. Maybe they had an easy time of it. It's
They're
always
playing an
unfortunate.
elite. They're playing elite players now, and this is, it went from a victory point game to annihilation.
And it's just no mercy. It's just no mercy.
Yeah, no
Thanatos
mercy.
and
No
Theodosius.
mercy. I love it. I
Yeah,
love that.
you gotta keep fresh. They're going up against
Yep.
a real
Boom!
hard team next round for sure.
Oh, look at Thanatos showing off his new skins.
Look at that. Yeah, I love this skin, man.
Oh, nice.
This is the
Smash.
endangered species, like dolphins.
Look at the Puma. Look at the Puma.
He's got snow on his tracks.
He's got snow on his tracks.
Oh, Frosty
That's
the
funny.
Snowman did not come again.
mentioned
He'll
him.
play another day, but not today.
Yeah.
Oh, good night. And yes, this is gonna quickly turn into annihilation. It's always fun. We're gonna see some lovely satchels go in on these buildings. I wonder if these oil drums will explode. I always love to play around with the ambient effects in this game. Really fun, and it's just gonna keep going. They've got the whole map. They've got the fuel. So tell me, man, as this tournament proceeds, do you have any predictions if it comes down to Theodosius, Thanatos versus Nagano and Scotch?
I don't ever bet against Nagano. I don't. I don't. I've
a good rule of
seen
thumb.
too many tournaments where he just dominates. 1v1, 2v2, the guy dominates people, man. He just destroys people. So I'm not really sure. You're talking about high-level players, and sometimes you show up to a game, you're at your best. Sometimes you show up to a game and you're not. Who knows? Maybe Nagano's girlfriend said he has to do the dishes. It's anyone's game. But GG, wow. Great job by Theodosius and Thanatos. Big shout out to Grodenboy and Nugan for giving it all they had. They showed up to the fight, and things didn't work out.
Well, it's always fun. I always love playing top-level players, too. It's a humbling experience, you know? You get a chance to see, well, maybe I'm not as good as I thought I was, but it's better to be challenged, in my mind, than to try to win auto-match games against noobs. You're here to play a game, you're here to have fun and to be challenged, and I think that team certainly got challenged today.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna just for the sake of devil's advocate and also toss my hat into the ring. I really appreciate Theodosius's play. He's a very conservative player. He's safe, and I think he has what it takes to be able to take on Nagano. So we'll go ahead and I'll toss my chips for them.
I don't think I've seen them play each other before.
Me neither.
Should be a lot of fun.
I hope everybody's having fun in the chat. We're gonna keep this train rolling, but what's next on the list?
Give me about 5 minutes. I'll take over the cam.
Okay, cool. Let me go ahead. I'm gonna turn off the stream. Don't go anywhere. It'll come back up, and the fun's gonna keep rolling.
Okay, and I'm gonna start.